What's up, everybody? Hope you all had a great day. Getting into this episode of GH, I enjoyed this shit. This episode was messy as hell. It's a lot of shit going on in this episode. I was like, good God. First and foremost, let's get down to the nitty gritty. The strippers. Okay, it was a lot of gyrating. I know damn well Jordan had to be embarrassed because I loved her facial expressions because this is like the third year, I think, second year, something like that in a row. She had to see her own son strip. I know that shit got to be awkward. Like you just sit there and your son on stage just taking it all off for everybody to see. But I loved it though. Everybody was a good sport about it. It was good to see Magic Milo, of course, back in the saddle again. Cody looked like he was just there. Like I wasn't even paying Cody no bit of mind. I was looking at everybody else because Cody was just like he wasn't all that into it to me. That's just to me. His facial expressions just looked like I'm just here. Everybody else looked like they was into it. Yuri was getting in. Yuri was up in there. Doing his thing too. Dex was all up into it. The way Dex was all gyrating and stuff like that. Jocelyn was looking at him like, you never showed me these moves when we was on that rusty couch. Jocelyn was looking at him like, okay, you gonna have to do that move later tonight. And I could not believe Dex was over there shaking his thing all up in Trina's face. I said, oh shit. Now let Spencer see that shit. You know you get hit. I think he did that to be petty too. Part of me feel like Dex did that to be petty. Cause come on now. Trina of all people. And you know her and Spencer are a thing. Or you suspect that they could be a thing. Like, come on now. You did that to piss somebody off now. And you know if Spencer would have saw that, it would have been a whole nother problem. But they was getting it in. They were getting it in. I feel like the men did a great job. I want to know. There's one in particular I want to know about. And if y'all on Twitter, y'all know who I'm talking about. The one with the long black hair. He got long black hair. He did the backflips and stuff like that. Everybody on Twitter, I kept seeing it. Everybody on Twitter kept asking who the fuck he is. And I started trying to do my little investigation, trying to find out who he is. As far as I know, he done some reality shows or something like that, I heard. I'm still trying to figure out what his name is. I gotta look it up. But if y'all know what his name is, leave a comment. But I was looking at him and I'm like, why is he not a regular or at least a recurring on the show? I think I could think of a few people we could pair him up with. I'm just saying. Felix, Lucas. Where the fuck is Lucas at? Shit. And if you want to go a different route, shit, you could probably try to pair him up with Elizabeth or somebody. You know what I mean? Like, why waste all of this? Like, y'all got all these dudes up here. Why are we wasting some of them on, either they single or, well, Yuri is spoken for, so we good with who, I'm good with who he did. Um, but yeah, they did their thing. I think the Trippers did their thing. Um, Next year for the nurses ball, if they do a ball next year or whenever they do another ball, we gonna have to mix it up a little bit though. I think we should still do the Magic Milo act, but we need a spin-off act with the ladies of Port Charles. I'm just saying. I think it'd be dope. A stripper show twice in one night, men and women. I think it'd be dope. Cause we not gonna sit here and play the women of Port Charles like they don't all have nice ass bodies. Like, come on now. Sam, we could put Sam in there. We could put Carly in there. We could put Jocelyn in there. We could put Trina in there. We could put Molly in there. We could put Christina in there. It's a Jordan, Portia. Come on now. They all got crazy bodies, especially Laura Wright and all them for their age group. They got banging bodies, and a lot of them, Portia, Carly, they pushing 50 and stuff like that, and they still look gorgeous as shit. So we could definitely mix it up and put them up in there. I think it'd be dope for next year. You know what I'm saying? You got the men's, of course, you got the men's strip team, and then you got the women's strip team. I think it'd be hot. But Magic Milo and his act did not disappoint this year. They definitely brought the heat. They brought the fire. So moving on from that, Gladys is gonna go straight to hell. Gladys is going to hell with gasoline grandma draws on because she knows she ain't right for that bullshit. And don't get me wrong, I don't care for Cody like that, but damn, that's some sucker shit. Like to sit there and set that man up for stealing. Come on now. Also, he won't snitch on her. That is so fucked up. That is foul. And I got a feeling Sam gonna look into it because I think she saw how odd it was. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, he was adamant that he was innocent. I think Sam is gonna look into it. I definitely think she gonna investigate this because Gladys ain't right for that. To have that man locked up for that. Come on now. She knows she ain't right. That wasn't even fair to do. And if Cody had some fucking sense, he would go ahead and tell Mac that, you know, they're father and son. It's like, I don't know why he keeping him in the dark. It's so ridiculous at this point. Like, go ahead and tell that man. I understand he thinks he's not worthy of him, which in my opinion he's not, but that's neither here nor there. Mac still deserved to know. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, I love the little tribute thing that they paid to Bobby and whatnot. I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I definitely think Bobby was deserving of the attention because 45 years is a long time, even though it's probably off and on, but still, 45 years as a nurse is a long damn time. And I think she was a nurse at a hospital in Seattle too. When she moved up there, I think to be closer to Lucas, I think she worked at that hospital too. So she's been doing this a very long time. So I love that, you know, they paid homage to her for that. It was super funny though because Nina, oh my god, Nina was in that audience clapping low as fuck when everybody was giving an ovation and stuff for Bobby, clapping and whatnot. Nina did not give a fuck. Nina was giving that slow ass clap. I'm not even mad at her because on the previous episode when Nina was on the stage talking, Carly and Olivia was making these little stank faces, rolling their eyes, you know, just full attitude, like they were upset that she was even on the stage. So I'm glad that Nina gave it back to him. Because if I don't like your ass, why would I sit there and clap for you? You know what I'm saying? Why would I sit there and be like, oh, yippee? No. I would have did the same petty shit Nina did. You know, you fuck all that. I fuck that nice stuff sometimes. It's like, you know, people, you return the same energy people give to you. That's all I'm saying. Um, and why did that audience look so bare? Like after the Magic Milo act and stuff like that, it's like, and they brought Bobby up on the stage. That audience, I said, damn, would everybody get the refreshments and go home or something? Because I said, damn, the audience, where's the audience? Like everybody just went home during intermission or something. Like what the hell? Um, Lucy crazy ass got the attention that she been craving for when she finally burst through the stage. I love the little portrait that they had in the background of Lucy and stuff, paying memoriam to her, and she bust through the thing and whatnot. Bobby was like, "Your ass is alive." She was like, "Yup, deal with it." Lucy is such an attention seeker, but you know, I'm glad everybody gave Lucy her flowers too, and they applauded her. They gave her a standing ovation and stuff like that. Well, you know, the 5 remaining people that were in the room. You know, because Lucy craves that attention every year. You know what I mean? It makes her feel important, I guess. So bravo to Lucy. So moving on from that, if I was Sunny at this point, I would put I would just put an application out there on Indeed. Like I would just put a help wanted sign on Indeed at this point because Sonny had to do it all today. Like this man running around trying to figure out what happened to Obrecht. Then on top of that, he had to help Lucy fight off one of Victor's men. Um, you know, Sonny was just handling business by his damn self, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. But I'm like, dude, you're the boss. Where's your people? You know what I'm saying? Dex over here shaking his ass while Sonny handling his own business. Like, sir, I would have garnished your wage for that. Like you out here serving up ass on the stage while I'm down here beating folks up backstage. No, no, sir. I'm taking some money out your check. I'm just saying. So no king size bed for you and Jocelyn to smooch on. You're gonna have to dust off that raggedy couch. Like seriously, out here shaking ass while I'm fighting folks. Are you crazy? He need a new right hand man. I'm just saying. Dex is definitely no Jason Morgan. Speaking of Jason, I really feel like they kind of dropped the ball on this. I know some people are tired of new people coming on the show being related to legacy people. I get it, but I could definitely see Dex as Jason's son. I don't know. He got that look, like his long lost child. He has that look on him, like he could be Jason's son. You know, from a little rendezvous Jason may have had 20 plus years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, or he could have been AJ's child for all we know. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been opposed to it, but he just got that Jason look. You know, he ain't got the muscular build like Jason, but, you know, that'll come later maybe. But even still, he kind of got the look. I could see him as being, Jason's boy. It would have been ironic though. Um, Carly's daughter with Jason's son, that would have been crazy. That would have been wild. Um, so anyway, moving on from that. Um, Lucy better be damn lucky though. Sonny was there to save her ass because Victor definitely pegged that she was gonna go there to the Metro Court. Like she was so damn predictable and vain. Um. So anyway, speaking of Victor, that man need to get popped upside his fucking head. Victor was doing the most on this episode. I'm like, sir, he just had his hand all up in the cookie jar, like just all over town. This bastard had a nerve to sit here talking about, oh, we could offload Ethan for profit. I'm like, sir, this is not slavery. Your name ain't Master Joe. How you gonna sit here and try to sell somebody? Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Victor ain't shit. Like, you really try to sell this man in this day and age? It is 2023. We still selling motherfuckers? Good Lord. I was like, for profit? Y'all still do that? Selling folks on the black market? I was thinking about it too. I said, I wonder how much Ethan could go for. I wonder how much you could get for Ethan. I mean, the accent alone might, somebody might pay an extra 5 G's just for the accent he got. Who knows? But Victor wasn't playing no games. Like, Obrecht's still missing. We all know Victor got her ass. Now he done took baby Ace. Because when Laura got that phone call, and even Robert and them felt like it was odd that Laura would get a phone call from the hospital telling her to come there because Anna got shot. Why would the hospital call Laura of all people? Why? You know what I'm saying? If that shit kind of was odd to me, then I thought about it. I said, that wasn't no damn hospital. That was Victor. He was trying to get her ass out that house so he could take that baby from Esme. And that's what he was trying to do. And it worked. It definitely worked to the T. And, now he got Obrecht and he got the baby, and now Spencer's aboard the Horton Star, and that shit about to take off now. I said, where the hell are they going? I have a feeling too, Trina on that boat. I got a feeling because when Spencer got that phone call, she wasn't too happy that he took that phone call in the middle of their conversation. And that's some black people shit too, because we cannot stand when we're having an intense conversation with somebody or like a deep conversation and you just answer the phone in the middle of our conversation. That's the first thing we'll say to you. I know you're not going to answer that phone right now. Like, that's the first thing we'll say to your ass. So I got a feeling she probably followed him because he wouldn't even tell her where he was going or who he was talking to. So I think she followed him. That's just my hunch. I think she became a stowaway in that boat. It's gonna be some drama in that damn boat. Speaking of Trina and Spencer, I get where Trina coming from. Like, that side of Spencer she don't like, and I get it because, like I said before, it is a turn off. To have somebody using their privilege to their advantage and stuff like that, throwing their weight around. That shit is a turn off. But what she has to understand, and I do feel like Spencer needs to tone it down with that attitude that he has, that I'm better than you shit. He does need to tone that down. But what she has to understand is this is who Spencer is. Like, Spencer, I think, is falling into the same pattern as Nicholas. Because for years, Nicholas never wanted to be the evil Cassadine. He always wanted to be the good Cassadine. But at some point, he couldn't fight that urge. And I think Spencer is going to be the same way. Because Spencer is literally reading from the same playbook. Oh, I want to be the good Cassadine. I want, and he did good for all of 5 minutes, and now look at you. Throwing in with Victor and throwing your weight around with everybody else, making them feel small, making it seem like you're better than them just because you come from money. But what Trina got to realize is this is who Spencer is. You know what I'm saying? She can't tell that man not to be himself. Because I feel like if Spencer tones himself down or stop being who he authentically is, I think he's going to come to resent her because he's going to lose himself in a relationship. People tend to do that because they have to stop being who they genuinely are to make somebody else happy. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it will. You know what I'm saying? If this is who he is, an arrogant bastard who just likes to throw his weight around, if that's really who he is, it's gonna pop up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's genuinely who he is. And I think he's going to show signs of resentment at some point because he's going to want to be who he is. Like, look at Nicholas. You think Emily would be okay with how he turned out? You know what I'm saying? Like, how he has behaved these last few months, these last few years, Emily wouldn't be happy with that shit. But that's who Nicholas is, and this is who Spencer is. So that's why I feel like Trina just gonna have to decide what she can put up with and what she can't. You know, what are you willing to deal with? My thing was she wanted him to apologize to Dex to prove that he's changing, prove that he's, wanting to be a better man. My thing is, if I don't like somebody, you're not gonna make me apologize to them. That's where I wasn't on her side at, because I'm like, you're not gonna make me apologize to somebody I really don't like or care for. Was he out of pocket for talking to Dex like that? Yeah, but I'm just shit. That's how he felt. I'm not about to apologize to somebody I don't like. Just to get back in your good graces. Like, absolutely not. I hope she didn't get on that boat, but something tells me she became a stowaway. And I feel like that's gonna be a problem, because Victor has no problem with disposing of people that he don't really care for. I'm just saying. So anyway, moving on from that, I love that scene with Anna and Valentine when she was on the floor, just bleeding. Victor ain't shit for shooting her though. You know, if she didn't make it, she wanted her last words, I guess, to be "I love you" to Valentine, which I was happy for. But at the same time, I said, "So your last words ain't gonna be about your daughter or nobody?" Okay. I guess, good dick could do that to you, I suppose. You get all digmatized and forget you got a child and grandchildren, I suppose. I guess. But I did love their little "I love you" moment. But I already know Anna gonna be good though. Anna gonna be cool. Once she get through the surgery and stuff like that, I think she gonna make it through. Robert was kind of pissing me off a little bit. Him blaming Valentine for all this, and I was happy that Felicia stuck up for Valentine, because at the end of the day, you can't blame Valentine for something his daddy did. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not responsible for his father's actions, not in the slightest. You know. But I do agree with Valentine. They all need to figure out or stop Victor immediately, because his plans are going in motion right now. Jordan need to call the Coast Guard. She need to call whoever she need to call to stop that damn boat. Like, make sure that Victor doesn't have a way to get out of the country, before it's too late. Because his plans is working to a T at this moment. You know what I mean? Like, their timeline of stopping him is dwindling. So they need to, set up roadblocks, do whatever they got to do. Put the photo out there. Also, I didn't like the way Esme's attitude was towards Laura, because Laura is being extremely nice to her, and I guess that's just how Laura is. She's just nice to folks, and I love that about her. But sometimes you gotta be stern, because I don't like Esme's attitude. It's like, Laura's not evil. She's not trying to steal your child from you. You know what I mean? Like, she just wants what's best for the kid, and her keep snapping at her like that. I was like, you need to calm your little ass down, because you would have been out my house. But I know Laura, like, she gonna be on a rampage. Now that she done found Esme knocked out on that ground, she gonna be on a rampage looking for that kid. She gonna use all her mayoral influence to get that boy back. So I think that was pretty much everything in this episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great weekend. Peace.